Welcome to episode 3 of the podcast. I'm Ryan.
I'm Brian.
And we got our first guest on.
We have our first guest. I'd like to introduce to you our first guest. His name is Cody Dent. We were lucky enough to meet Cody through a program with Big Brothers and Big Sisters for people with developmental disabilities, mainly people that have mental handicaps. And we've been working with Cody for quite a long time. And we've got him done. We've got him broke of eating his boogers, but he still has a hard time shitting on carpet sometimes. But one step at a time, one day at a time, he gets better. And he's continuing to work with us every day. So, Cody, nice to see you here tonight.
Oh man! For real, Cody is a police officer at an undisclosed location.
Maybe with us, maybe not. I don't know.
Maybe not. Sometimes I feel like he doesn't.
Doesn't fit
just
in.
There. Okay. So, welcome to the podcast, my friend. Anything you want to say?
Not yet. That was quite the introduction.
All right. So, in this podcast, we really want to get into how we train. And Cody trains with us on a daily basis.
For sure.
So, we just
Motherfucker always shows up.
A little bit more in depth about what we do because we've been doing a lot of very focused
training.
But recently we've been really promoting some events that are some people are skeptical of.
Right. You guys have seen what we've had going on with Hopper and the Veterans Day workout at CrossFit Zanesville. That's not all we do. We do a ton of other stuff.
Multifaceted training.
Some days it's just strength based. Some days it is generally based around conditioning. Some days it's based around skills. Most days we at least end the workout with some sort of conditioning, whether that be a short duration, 3 to 5 minutes, a long duration, 40 plus minutes, or 1 minute intervals, 3 minute intervals. We like to continuously switch it up because varied time modalities has been proven and shown to be the most effective way to get better over time.
Sure, and we work that in multiple different ways.
Right.
So, just in my notes here, some things. Strongman days.
Yes, Strongman days. Every Friday, we've talked about this before,
Yep.
At 11:30 a.m. at True North Fitness. You're welcome to come out, and I guarantee you'll have a good time.
Yeah, it's pretty.
Is that right, Cody?
Fridays are actually my favorite days.
Yeah.
Those are the days I will not miss for anything.
We've mentioned our buddy Drew, and Drew takes the reins on Strongman days. We actually have one coming up tomorrow.
Yep.
And I think we're all looking forward to it. We'll even be playing in the snow if it snows
Sounds
tonight.
like it was snowing on our drive to Columbus today.
It was?
Snowing.
It's cold in Ohio.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know if this video reaches any farther than the central southeastern Ohio, but still, if someone watches this in California, it's fucking cold here. What do we got next?
So I wanted to give a little spotlight to the old boy that we brought on.
Oh, for sure, yeah.
And talk about some of the equipment that he's been making for us. We're starting to amass quite a bit of good stuff.
Yeah, toys for us to use in our training.
Yeah. So our trip to Columbus today was the Rogue, and you even got some more ideas, right?
Yeah. So I think you guys already mentioned it in the previous podcast about Atlas stones.
Right. We're going to call them, what is it?
So they're going to be dirt balls.
Dirt balls.
Yeah.
The spelling on that is DrNT, and that'll be probably the title of this episode.
Right, dirt ball.
Uploading.
Before Cody goes on here, what's your Instagram handle? Cody Dent?
Yeah.
Cody Dent. So go and follow him. Maybe you'll see some pictures of stuff that he makes. I don't know if he'll post anything, but still.
He's pretty crafty.
He's a crafty motherfucker.
He's a crafty motherfucker.
Jesus.
Yeah.
So how do you make these stones?
Well, the method I'm going with is hopefully going to be the cheapest method possible. So
Sure.
you can buy the molds from Slater. That's the company that makes them for with strongman competition and all that. But in a sense, you can make them really cheap by getting an exercise ball and busting out the elementary school talent with the paper mache.
Yeah.
And hopefully, I haven't got any further than that yet. So hopefully,
too much glue.
Yeah.
No, not too much glue, but yeah. So hopefully, it'll hold up when I put in about 250 pounds of cement in it. And
Is that all you do? Pour cement in it and let it dry?
well, you're gonna have to brace it up.
How much of this is proprietary? You don't want to get into giving away all your secrets.
Well, I copied a YouTube video. This isn't really that original, but you gotta have to have some support against the outside, because obviously 250 pounds of cement is gonna push out.
Collapse your ball.
Yeah, so hopefully make a mold around the mold to hold everything together, and then about 2 weeks, maybe, I have a stone to pick up. For somebody, probably not me. I learned that today.
You'll be picking it
No,
up.
one way or the other.
You'll be picking
We
it
had
up.
mentioned that earlier because Cody here had sent me a snap of this mold that he had made. So I, how much is that going to weigh? And he said about 250 pounds. So I'm actually sitting and thinking to myself, hey, that's cool. He's made a mold. That's so crafty.
That's awesome.
He's going to put concrete in it, or cement, and then that thing's going to dry, and it's going to weigh 250 pounds. And then I think to myself, what the fuck's he going to do with it after that?
That's the problem. I don't know if I can lift it yet. In jeans today up at Rogues, where we went today, I couldn't lift the 200-pound one. Put too much effort to it, but
Yeah, you don't want to shit yourself on the floor in the room.
right, and especially not in my good jeans. I only own one pair of good jeans.
There's something said about picking up a ball that weighs
Yeah.
anything. There's no
Right.
handles on it.
There,
You
yeah.
can't-
There's a lot of tech to it, and that's something that Drew has shown me since the time that I've met him, how to do that. And there's definitely a process to this.
Yeah.
And it's cool. It's a cool thing to learn, man, because you never know when you're going to have to lift up something in real life. It really is a functional movement, for sure.
It should be applicable to our job.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And that's mainly what we do. All these things that we're talking about today, that's mainly why we do all these certain
Right.
things. Is to really have it transfer over into something we can use in real life.
Right. And that's a good point. Because of what we all do, a lot of the training is completely geared to law enforcement. That does not mean in any way that it wouldn't be effective for you as well, because you could find yourself in any situation any day where you might need those skills.
Sure.
And like I'll say when I'm working with some of my clients, the dog food doesn't give a fuck if you did legs today. Like, you still got to carry it upstairs, right? So that's the same kind of situation. When we're on the street, Jim Johnson, that's got a warrant for his arrest, doesn't give a shit if you did legs yesterday. He still don't want to go to jail.
Yeah,
So you got to figure it out.
He's gonna fight.
Yeah, right. But don't think that doesn't apply to you because you're not in law enforcement.
We have a lot
Because
of Johnsons in town.
do it. That was a random name. I just said it. There's if there's a Jim Johnson out there with a warrant, my bad dude. I didn't. I hope I see you tomorrow.
There's gonna be no gyms out tomorrow.
No. Did you guys see that?
So some carry handles, axle bars, and some jerk boxes. That's what
Oh,
we're
for
all
sure.
looking for.
So you're gonna make some handles for farmers carries then
That's the idea. Because we use farm carriers
frequently.
often, very often, and that's probably because grip strength is probably one of the most important things you need.
Right.
And it's one of my biggest weaknesses, come to find out. So yeah, I definitely have some new first carry apparatuses in the works. Something that's a little easier than what we got now.
If you're watching this and you don't know anything about what a farmer's carry is, you basically just pick two items up, whether it be a kettlebell or a dumbbell, or he's making handles that we can load with extra weight, and you stand up with them and carry them as if you were holding briefcases at your side.
Groceries.
It's groceries, grocery bags, briefcases, anything, and that's it. You walk with it. It is the epitome of a functional movement, because I guarantee you, if you are watching this podcast, you've probably carried them with your arm down at your side at some point in your life.
For sure.
And here's when you might have to carry something that's a little bit heavier than you're used to. So it's a thing to get used to that kind of stress. What was the other thing that he was working on? There?
Axle bars.
Yeah, which is
Tell us about it. You already made the
Sorry,
axle
made
bars.
an axle bar. Yeah.
But you got an
simple.
idea for a new one.
It's as simple as could be. It's 2-inch pipe with 1-inch pipe on the end to put weights on. That's it. And 2-inch pipe doesn't sound like much until you try and grab your hand around it and your hands don't touch on their side. And if you ask Brian here, you gotta know you can't do a snatch with it.
Yeah.
About the time it hits your hip and flies across the gym.
Yeah, I
Right.
thought I was breaking a mirror.
Yeah, I believe it.
Yeah.
As soon as he told me that you did it, I was like, oh, that came out of his hands.
Yeah, that was not good.
It's not, you have to have some fucking big hands
I tried.
to get your hands
I
on it.
didn't
You do have
any
big
weight
hands
in it.
anyhow,
I tried
big dude.
to, but I didn't have any weight on there, and it still came flying out of my hand.
It was just the bar?
It was just the bar.
I'll be damned.
He had good hip.
How heavy do you think it weighs?
I honestly think it maybe weighs 30 pounds.
It's hollow.
It's
correct?
hollow.
Right.
I thought about maybe drilling a hole in it, filling it with sand or something, but I don't think it needs to be.
Yeah, no, that'll make. If we do overhead lifts with that the weight will slide side to side and make it unbalanced, which could be cool actually.
Yeah, I guess there would be a purpose for that.
Delete that. That might be our fucking.
There's
a big one, boys.
It's kind of like the tsunami bar.
Yeah,
right, but
showing me that the
but
weight
heavier.
shifts around.
Mm-hmm.
Practice stability, but I'm gonna make another one because I got 2-inch pipe left over, so I'm not gonna just it.
Mm-hmm.
I think they used the stubby bars that Road makes in the CrossFit Games a couple years ago. It's gonna replicate one of those. Homemade.
Gonna be cool.
He might eat his boogers, guys, but this kid can come up with some crazy shit.
He can do it live.
Like I have no idea. All right. Well, so he's going to make jerk boxes.
Jerk boxes also, which are going to be really beneficial.
Oh, man.
Because one of our other days that we train, or one of our other modalities, is that the word for it?
Sure, that's good.
Okay. Strength is one thing that we focus on in a lot of Olympic work. So we do snatches, cleaning, jerks, overhead squats, anything that you can incorporate into an Olympic lift.
So the Olympic lifts are the most technical lifts in the world. Yeah. But also, they are the lifts that use every major muscle group in your body at once. And they're intimidating.
Yeah, well, they're hard.
They're hard. They're super technical. They take a lot of work. But I have said this ever since I first started doing them. There's nothing more rewarding than when you catch a heavy snatch overhead and you got it, and you kind of wait a second, and then you stand up. Like, you just feel amazing. Feel like a bad dude. And the same thing with a clean. When you catch it in your front rack and you know you got it, you're small and you stand up, even if it's a fucking grind to stand up, like, you still feel amazing.
So this is going to be a recurring theme in our podcast, right? Is doing things that are difficult. The more difficult that something is, the more accomplished you feel once you've got it done.
Right. We do the hard things.
And it's the same thing with the Olympic lifts.
Yeah, for sure. If you come out with us, come out to train with us, and that's what we're doing that day, don't leave.
Yeah.
Don't leave, because you have to start somewhere. Every trip starts with a single step forward. So if you can just stay there and watch, learn. If you just want to hang out and bullshit with us, we don't care.
Yeah, we'll do that.
But yeah, we do a lot of that. There's a lot of laughs. But if you want to grab a barbell and go for it, do it. Yeah. There's all of us will be there to help guide you along. Obviously, I'm there, Ryan's there, Cody's there all the time. We'll be there to help you, assist you, make sure that nothing happens. And obviously, if you're not comfortable with the barbell, we have pipes and broom handles and other very light things that you can practice the range of motion that you need to do this and get where you want to be later.
We have some other lifts. We scale things down so that people can eventually work their way up to completing all these difficult lifts. And then it brings me back to that, is you're going to feel very accomplished just when you go from something that's scaled down to the actual itself. And with that being said, too, we stay away from a lot of these crazy movements that you see out there. Very complicated.
You're not going to show up and we're going to tell you to start doing handstand walks.
Yeah, we don't.
We don't do that. Is it cool? Yeah, it's cool. I wish I could handstand walk up a flight of stairs and come back down and all that stuff, but spend a little time thinking about it. And I really can't think of a time where I'm going to need that.
Yeah, it's not.
Can you?
No.
So we don't really focus a lot of time on that. We do handstand push-ups sometimes. And like Ryan had already mentioned, there's all kinds of ways to scale that down if that's not something you want to do.
Sure.
All kinds of ways. And we have plenty of options to make you comfortable with what you're doing.
Anybody can come out.
Come train with us.
And do this stuff. It's intimidating, especially working out with someone like you.
What's that supposed to mean?
Even joining this group, well, it's the persona of the whole thing. That you see a guy tattooed and hasn't worn a shirt for a single workout I've seen. Yeah, I have not worked out with you once. I've never seen you wear a shirt for a workout.
It's the dead of winter. I'm like, fuck it.
Yeah, it was 60 degrees in the gym the other day, and he takes his shirt off before we get done with warm-ups. It's like,
dude, I sweat.
All right,
listen, in my defense, I bring one shirt. I don't want to leave with a fucking wet rag on. You know what I mean?
He doesn't own 2 shirts. It's ridiculous. But
it's true.
It's intimidating at first, but it's not. That's not the case once you get into it. I mean,
would you say I'm intense?
Yeah,
Yeah,
but that's
we all
fine.
are.
Yeah, we're all intense.
Yeah.
But it's
good
this
way.
super positive
So
intensity
we came
that I
out to the
think.
hopper workout. You saw it.
Yeah.
We drive other people too, right? We're really trying to motivate everybody to get better.
Right.
And we have a wide range of people that come work out with us. So it's not like you got to be some kind of crazy Division I level Olympic gold medal athlete to come out and work with us.
Right. One of our mainstays that comes out daily as well is Cody's wife Alexis, and she started out obviously as a woman, not with the levels of strength as everyone else, but she keeps coming back, and that must mean she doesn't fucking hate it, guys.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So there, we got to be onto something.
For sure. And we do a lot of running too, and she's good at that.
Oh well, there, yeah, she is
she's
fucking
a
way better than
Brian's
the rest
not.
of us.
Brian loves running.
We've talked about this. I fucking hate running.
So
I hate it.
cool. It's a good deal. Some of the other stuff we do, just conditioning stuff. AMRAPs, EMOMs.
Yeah, so we mentioned in the short podcast we did for Veterans Day, that stands for as many reps as possible. You also see versions that say as many rounds as possible,
Same thing.
as many rounds and reps as possible, but generally it all breaks down thing. Sure. It's all going to be a total of the reps that you do, and so we stick to that. What was else?
EMOMs.
EMOM means every minute. What that means is we will set a running timer. Let's say, for the sake of being easy here, it's 10 minutes long. At the top of the minute, you'll have something that you need to do. Let's just say 10 air squats. So at the top of the first minute, you do 10 air squats, then you rest until the top of the second minute. Then you do 10 air squats, then you rest. Then you at the top of the third minute, so you continue that all the way to the end of the workout. These workouts are deceptive.
Yes.
They can seem like they're not going to be that big of a deal, but they also can get very, because like if you do the math, if you do 10 sets of 10 air squats in 10 minutes, that comes out to 100 air squats. You get a little break between each one. You still
get your
did
legs.
100 air squats in 10 minutes.
And it's going to get your legs.
Right.
You'll know you did it.
You'll know you did it. What else did we have in there?
Lastly, I guess, what we're working towards now, we've got some new focus. We kind of do that every now and then to keep things mixed up. And we're going to start doing the Shrug Collective program of the Ton Club.
Yeah, the 2,000 pound club, which is 1,200 pounds for women.
Comprised of 6 different lifts.
Yes, that is the squat, deadlift, the bench press, the clean, the jerk, and the snatch. So all you have to do is total 2,000 pounds with those 6 lifts. You are in the Ton Club.
Right. Any weight combination between any of them to get to...
Right. Who's that wrestler? The funny guy, he's on the movies. He was in Trainwreck. John Cena. So you can check me on this. But I'm 98% sure that the whole idea of the Ton Club came from John Cena.
Yeah.
He was he started going to CrossFit gyms, learning how to snatch and clean, and then started doing that with people that he worked out with, and it kind of took off from there.
The idea is if you can move a ton of weight,
You're a pretty bad dude. You're pretty strong.
yeah,
Dude.
you're pretty strong.
And if you break it, you might think, I mean, if you're a power lifter watching this, you're thinking, oh, whatever, dude. Like, I want to total 2,000 pounds with 3 lifts, right? Well, that's cool. That's really cool.
Yep.
That brings me to another point, but I'll finish this first. So you're still going to have to squat 400 plus. You're still going to have to deadlift 400 plus.
You're not.
Yeah.
You're not going to snatch.
You're going to snatch 3 plus. If you are, then you should probably look into the Olympics, depending on your body weight. But so you're going to have to be pretty strong in the traditional lifts to get where you want to be for 2,000. I want to bring something up about that. So we talked briefly about powerlifting. One concept that I took from Bergeron, he's one of the most famous CrossFit coaches in the world. He talks about the 3 tiers of lifters. Tier 1 lifter being somebody that's just stopped. If you come out with us, you'd be considered a tier 1 lifter. Right, unless you have experience, of course. But the tier 1 lifter is new. Once you learn what you're doing, you continuously come and do that in a very consistent way, you will see gains incredibly fast. You, for instance, let's say you're squatting 95 pounds starting out. Within a month and a half, you'll probably be getting close to 75% of your body weight. Next thing you know, you're squatting your body weight. But then you'll hit this divide where you turn it to a tier 2 lifter. The tier 2 lifter is where we focus on getting stronger to promote and enhance athleticism. all around fitness. Tier 2 strength is completely relative, so there's really a number I can put on what you would do in Tier 2, but you'll be at the level where you are training, getting more athletic, more functional, and just stronger and more conditioned for every day. Tier 3. Tier 3 is your competitive powerlifter. That's somebody that has decided that, hey, I want to squat 900 pounds.
Yeah.
That's what I want to do. That's my fucking goal, and that's a cool goal. But to squat 900 pounds, you have to sacrifice certain things. You have to sacrifice conditioning. You have to sacrifice range of motion, ability.
You gotta eat a lot.
Yeah, you're going to gain weight because you got to eat. Literally, someone that can move 900 pounds has to weigh more than the rest of us. Big mass moves big mass.
Sure.
And that was just a quick explanation of we live in Tier 2. That's where we want to live. That's where we want to breathe. We don't really get into that Tier 3 level. If you are Tier 3, though, if you're a powerlifter and you want to come out and do this, let's fucking do it. Yeah, I've had many powerlifters come do it with me, and they're like, man, hey, this is fun. This is not easy, but it's fun. And obviously, if I know you're a powerlifter and you're we'll make it a deadlift day. We can make it in your wheelhouse. Sure. We like to deadlift. I mean, we love it. So we have no problem with that.
I had a little inspiration earlier today. I'm not going to say anything now, but some more workouts in mind. So.
Oh, do you?
Yep, I sure
I
do.
want to know about it.
I will. I'll tell you, but not now. We got a lot of stuff going on. Monday, 12 noon, we're going to do Roney, and you'll have to forgive me. That's the hero workout. I don't have all the details.
Well, I do know what one thing is, and that's there's running, yes. But it's 200 meters, I believe.
200 meters at a time, yeah.
Right, but
it's 4 rounds.
There's 135-pound thrusters in it. I
135
know that.
strict press and 135-pound bench, and in between each one of those, do 200-meter runs for 4 rounds.
Does it start with a run? We don't. So it says 4 rounds, 200-meter run, 108. I believe it's 8.
I'm not sure.
135-pound thrusters, 200-meter run. No, it's 11. It's 11.
It's
11 135 thrusters, 200-meter run, 135-pound strict press. Is it a strict press or is it some sort of push jerk? Overhead press. And then a 200-meter run, then 11 bench press. All at 135.
All at 135 for 4 rounds. So you do that 4 rounds over. That's what we're doing on Monday. We can obviously scale the weights, and
for sure.
We'll be there.
If you just want to squat and clap, we'll do it. I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
It might be me. It might be me by the end of it. Oh, man.
It's a lot of running. It's like 3 miles by the end, but they're supposed to be hard. They're hero workouts, and we're going to do it for that individual that I don't have the information set.
And that's one of the things with these hero workouts is that you get so fucking pumped.
Yeah.
And then you come out of the gate like, I'm going to run this 200 real fast. Then I'm going to go in there and I'm going to do these I'm going to do all 11 of these 135-pound thrusters. And then you run real fast. And then you come back in, you're like,
that's the worst when there's like an easy open workout to it. What was it we did a couple weeks back? Like one of the first things was
crane
deadlifts.
Yeah.
And like right out of the bat. So you bump out them 10 deadlifts at lightweight and you move on to the next thing. And you're like, wow, that was a huge mistake. I went as hard as I could and I shouldn't have. That was a bad time.
Right. And we talk about that when people come out to work out with us. But I can tell you 1,000 times over to pace yourself. But really, the only way to find your pace is to find out what your pace isn't. Yeah. And that's how you figure that out is by going too hard, too fast. And the next thing you know, you're like, oh, shit.
There's a lot of good energy going.
Oh, yeah.
That helps everything. So, yep.
I need to post more videos. I got all these videos. And I'm like,
And we're going to call out Chucky. All 3 of us are.
Oh, yeah. Patrolman Lewis at an undisclosed police department needs to get his ass out with us.
Yeah, I think he might be on vacation this week.
He's not even there tonight.
Oh, good. We're calling you out, Chucky.
We better be there Monday. Huh?
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh. All right, boys.
I think we can get him there.
Anything else? Anybody? All right.
Cheers.
In podcast 3. I don't have anything left. All of them.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Just me and you.
What a disaster.